Guys, and welcome again to my channel. If you are new here, I am Kurlz. Well, today I'm gonna take you guys back to my childhood. I used to get these Bantu knots all the time as a kid, but I decided to switch it up a little bit and throw some things right here. So let me let you guys see the back. This was super duper fun to do. I loved actually doing it, and I really hope you guys like it. Hot girl summer, and right. But if you guys would like to see that, please stay tuned.
A little girl with a plastic curl, a curly afro when I cut my hair. 19 when I got of a lifetime. Oh man, what a disaster. 23 when I cut it all off. 24 when I got on natural.
I am starting with freshly washed hair. I am just going to section this off for the front section and then the back. And the best way for me to do that is to put a part down the middle and then do from ear to ear. And that's the way I get it as straight as I can. And it still isn't always perfect, but it's an easier way to try and figure out instead of parting completely all the way across. And then we're just going to separate the back into our parts, and then we will go ahead and do the front. So keep watching. For the back, I decided to put a larger part in the back and just separate these into 3 sections. So I can have 2 on the bottom, 3 in the middle, and then I'm going to have 1 big one on the top. So just watch as I part here. And I did soak my rubber bands in the castor oil just so that I can make sure I can prevent as much breakage as I possibly can, because rubber bands are really hard on your hair. So just make sure you lock some moisture in with that. And then I'm just taking my Softee Olive Oil Gel around my roots, and then I am just going to brush that down, get it nice and smooth, and then secure that with one of my rubber bands. And then I'm just going to continue to do that until I have all of my ponytails in. So turn to the back made it a little bit harder for me to be able to grab and see the ponytail. So I did turn around and finish the last 3 ponytails off camera, but I will show you guys what they look like in a second. This is the back, all sectioned in rubber band. For the front, I'm going to work on the sides, and I'm just going to part that a little bit above where the part was in the back. I'm going to do the same thing on both sides, add my gel to smooth out my roots and edges and get that nice and cleaned up, and then just put that in a ponytail. Do the same thing on the other side, and then I'm just going to section off the front so that I can have 1 at the very front, and then I'm going to split the 2 in the back behind that. Now that is the front all completely rubber band. Now we are going to move on to the length of our hair so that we can get those into the Bantu knots. Now you can do exactly like I'm doing now, but instead of what I am going to do, braid, you can just twist it around your hair, and I will show you guys that way another day. But for today I wanted to have it in braids because I wanted it to last a little bit longer than just a few days, and it's a little bit harder to sleep on when you have those knots instead of the braids, I find. So I always like to put it in the braids, but again, I will show you another day. So all I am doing here is I'm just taking my leave-in conditioner, which is the Cantu Avocado, and I'm going to take my hair mister and wet my hair, apply that leave-in conditioner, and I'm going to braid my hair down the length. I'm going to show you again here. So I'm just going to wet it with the water, put the leave-in conditioner on it, detangle, and then I'm just going to plait that all the way down the length of my hair. Now once I get down to the complete bottom, I won't braid it all the way down, but I will braid it as far down as I can get it without it coming apart. And then I'm just going to take it and wrap it around my hair, around that hairband that you see there, and in the same direction that I'm going in, you want to continue to loop, but you want to make sure as you're looping, the pieces that you're looping stay on the bottom. So if that makes sense, you want to just make sure it loops at the bottom, and I will show you that again for the entire front of your hair, so just keep watching. So again, when you are done plaiting, just wrap that right around the base of where that rubber band is, and just continue to add it at the bottom as you just saw there, and then secure it with a hair tie. Now you can use your hair tie, your rubber bands, you can use hairpins, but I'm going to tell you guys, I do not remember the scissors that were used back in the day when we had this hairstyle, because pins were actually what secured it, but they hurt my head. It makes my head really sore after, so I always secure mine with rubber bands, and the same rubber bands that were soaked in that oil. It always works great for me, and I don't ever have the little white fuzz at the end when I take these out. I leave them in for about a week, maybe a week and a half if it will last, and then I'll make sure that I touch up my roots with some oil, as you guys will see a little bit later. But all in all, this hairstyle took about 45 minutes to complete, so just keep watching. Now I am just cleaning up my edges, so I'm just going to take my edge brush and I'm going to clean up my parts a little bit, and I'm going to smooth them out, and I'm just using that ORS edge control and I'm smoothing it out, and then I'm going to style my edges per my liking. If you guys are used to my channel, you'll know I don't like a whole bunch of the swoop-de-doop-dees all over. I did have them a lot when I was a kid, and now I hate them. I love them, they're really cute, but I don't want them anymore. So now I'm just going to go ahead in with my Jamaican black castor oil, and I'm going to make sure that I just put some of that in between all of those parts to make sure that they don't get dried out and that they stay nice and clean. When you're doing protective styles, it's super important to make sure that you leave your hair nice and moisturized and lock in some kind of oil or moisture. And just add some accessories to your liking. So I added some into the front of this one here. Then I'm just going to secure that with a rubber band. And then I wanted to take another little clip and put that at the front. I thought it was super cute. But I didn't like the way that my hair looked with all of the knots up like this. So I decided to pull the two on the side down and then add some accessories to it there. And I really like the way that that turned out as opposed to this. But if you guys like the full Bantu look, you can completely keep that up there. I just wanted to try something a little bit different and see how it would look. So yeah, I hope you guys like that. If not, you can leave it like this. Okay, so to be honest, parting the back was a nightmare. I know these parts are kind of all over the place. So what do you guys think? Do you like it? I actually really love it. I think it looks really cute. I didn't like it when it was twisted all up, like all of them. I did kind of, but I wanted to try something a little bit different and wear them down. And I really like the way that these turned out. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please be sure to subscribe. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye.